One of the biggest things that I find myself saying to clients all the time is that shame, that ubiquitous feeling that we all get, that pit in our stomach that something is wrong with us, is a feeling that is not excessively helpful in our lives. What we want to do, if possible, is transmute that to something more akin to guilt or regret. This is where I go to Brené Brown's incredible research with shame. And she has really talked about this difference between guilt and shame. Shame, she talks about, is all about this feeling that something that we do wrong, especially in relationships, is indicative that we are wrong. There is something flawed in who we are, not what we're doing. But guilt, regret, it transforms that. It says, I did something that doesn't align with who I want to be in this life. It doesn't match my values. It is something that I wish I hadn't done. I made a mistake, but I can do something about it. I need to make amends. I need to do something different. I need to try to make things better. You may notice that in that definition, guilt, regret, it is driving us forward. There is something that we can do. We can take action. Shame paralyzes us. What can we do if who we are is the problem? There's nothing. We have to sit back, accept our fate, that we are always going to be this way. That is the trap that shame lays for us, especially in relationships. So many of the couples that I work with, I was working with a couple just yesterday. They were talking about how one person accused them of gaslighting or being an abuser. The person immediately fell into shame. They wanted to go to defensiveness. They wanted to say, that's not who I am, as opposed to being able to say, whoa, wait a minute. What have I done? I know that I'm not a gaslighter. I know that I'm not an abuser, but how could you think this of me? Not in a defensive way, but how could I have behaved in such a way that leads you to say something like that? What can I do? What can I learn? What actions may I have unwittingly been taking? What messages, unbeknownst to me, may I have been sending you that made you feel gaslit? Because that's not who I want to be. That's not the person that I want to be in this relationship or in this life. That runs counter to my values. And if that's something that you're telling me I'm doing, I want to step in. I want to see, is there something I need to learn? They got curious. And it was an amazing way, watching their partner then start to come down from the anger, start to come down from the accusation, to start explaining it. With each time their partner said, oh my gosh, I didn't understand that. Or, oh yeah, I can see what you're saying. I can understand how that would make you feel. It was amazing watching their partner soften and soften. And suddenly, at the very end of that conversation, they looked at them and they went, I don't think you're an abuser. I don't think you're gaslighting. It sounds like you probably made a mistake. Can we do something different? And this moment of disconnection that I've seen tear other couples completely apart, a rift, they end up stomping out of my office. It became this moment of deep vulnerability and connection that actually left them stronger than they were. So what I want to say to everyone that suffers and struggles with shame, try as best you can. Try to turn it into guilt. Try to make it something that you regret. Take action. What can I do? That's not how I want to be in this world. That's not how I want to live my life. What do I need to do to make things better? And if your partner is telling you and you think it's reasonable what they're saying, go for it. And if you think it's unreasonable, well, that's a bigger conversation. So if that's the case and if this resonated with you, drop us a like, drop us a follow, contact us, counselingatl.com. We do free 20-minute consultations. All of our therapists work with couples and individuals to help make relationships better. Hope I get to talk to you.